Hey friends, okay, so today we are going to do a board and batten feature wall. Right here on this wall, it's about 11 feet long, a little bit longer than 11 feet. We have a design picked out where I'm going to explain this but you might not understand it fully until you actually see it on the wall. So we're going to have our first board here, and I'm sure there's a technical word for that. Vincent, do you know the technical word for that?
Board.
We're going to have the board here. Our first board's going to start about here, and then we're going to have a little bit of a space, and we're going to have another board going across here too. And then our other boards are going to come up in between 5 feet. I don't know. It's going to be a whole thing. So, okay, we are going to show you guys step by step how to do this today so you can do it at home. We're going to try to make it really easy so you can have your board and batten wall up in no time.
Alright, so at this point, what we had to do is kind of just eyeball it, because you can put it on paper or you can think about how high you want it. And you just kind of, it's probably best to just eyeball it.
You gotta see it.
Yeah, so we came in and...
See it to believe it.
Alright, so right now...
We're very off level.
This side, we're going to come over here, this far over, and then when I see if it's level, drop your in. Nailing at this side, because I know
But
there's going to be a stud on the end of this wall, not only because I built it, but because
or because
you have
you're
to have,
standing there.
you have to have a stud at the end of the thing.
There's probably one right in
There's
here
one right.
because your plugins are always on a stud. Make sure
It is 11 o'clock at night, but we haven't been drinking, but...
make sure it's right. Make sure it's still right.
So now we're going to slide it down to where I'm working. Bring your end up a little bit.
Okay.
Up, up, whoop, down. Alright.
It's actually like midnight.
So on the edge of this board, it is cut at a 45-degree angle. The reason that I did that is that it just makes the seam right here, when we had to meet these two boards, it just made it a little cleaner. So instead of it being a typical butt joint where they're butted together like this, they're butted in a seam. All right, so we have this kind of saw, just a chop saw, and all you have to do is, normally it's here at 0. That means it's going to cut right at 90-degree cuts. It'll be perfectly straight. We move it here, just move it over to 45, and that's what we want. And then I'm going to cut this end to a 45-degree angle. Alright, so now we've got that in. Now we'll just bring it up. That looks pretty all right.
I'm gonna go here first.
Listen, come over. Up, straight up from here. Well, give me the stud finder. Let's see if we can find the stud.
Over to the right. Found some electricity. Oh, right there.
There we go. Now we know she's in the wall good. And then we'll go back on this one. Right now we don't have it really solidly up there. I mean, I don't think it's going to fall down. We're not going to put any weight on it. It's just going to be sitting up here. So for the most part, these aren't structural. They're only just going in here. So, I mean, as far as we're concerned, usually it's on here, you know?
These are aesthetic.
Yeah, but
Not made for climbing.
But it is nice to just go and find the studs. You miss a stud here or there, it's not going to matter. It's not the house is going to fall
take your wall
over.
down.
That's why I'm saying that. But while you're doing it, you should do it right. Perfect. I don't even need a level. No, that's not level. It's going to have to come up over here, I think. Yeah, I had to recheck it with my eye when I looked through the camera
Ooh.
because it looked like nothing.
Okay.
Looked like a tiny pin line.
So
right here, this is spackle.
And you are gonna wanna, I mean, I've done projects and not filled in nail holes and things like that, but I really want this to look great rather than just good. So I'm gonna fill in everything and try to seam everything up. But it's totally personal preference and where your energy levels at, really.
It goes on pink and then it
Dries white.
dries white. All right, so now should be a little easier. There's not any cuts. All these cuts should be right at the same amount.
Okay, y'all, so now we are starting to put boards in. There we go.
Down. Make sure it's on.
Hey guys, so it is 3 days later. It is not the middle of the night. We have done some paint. You almost saw me get an injury. We have done some painting and some touching up of the walls.
So right here, I came through and I just measured 22 inches over from here, put a little mark. Then I measured 3.5 inches because that's how wide the board is. Put another mark and then measured 22 inches, put a mark, measured 3.5 inches, put a mark. I did that just so it's easy for us to look at it and figure out where it needs to go. Yesterday I was trying to get really exact. Then I went and took like a half a blade off, and then now there's like more of a gap, but we'll just have to take care of that with caulk. This just gives us more fun.
More time together, more time with this wall. We have here. Sometimes you have to troubleshoot your gun.
So right here we just came in with another trim board. If you don't put that here,
You don't have to.
you can see the edges. There's nothing really wrong with that. It's just,
Not what we prefer.
yeah, we can get it. So just cut it 2 feet, cut it from the bottom straight up. So at the beginning we just said to do it by look, which is true. You want to kind of eyeball it, see what works for you, what looks the best. But there is a caveat to that. You probably want to, depending on how long your boards are, you want to make your longest board here. So this, we had an 8-foot board. Well, this is 4 feet. So these were 48 inches from here to here. And that basically allowed us to cut the board in half and still be able to use every one of these boards. So even if we didn't have to cut around anything, we could have used, that could have been half a board, half a board. So we used only one board for each of these. So for every 2.
We are going to start caulking this board and batten. Go down, 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 down. And you want to keep a towel with you too, so you can keep wiping your caulk off. Right here. And this just creates a really good seamless finish. I mean, that looks 100% better than where it started.
Hey guys, the way that we calculated the space here, maybe you tell them.
I don't know.
She can tell you.
The way I calculated the space was I said, hey Vincent, how much boards go on here?
No, so we did decide how many the up and down boards we were going to want and how many spaces between them we wanted. So that means there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, which means there's going to have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boards. So what we did in our case is we took how many?
By we, he means he.
I took how many inches the wall was, which is 131. Then I said there's going to be 6 boards. So you subtract, or you take 6. Each board is 3.5, so 6 times 3.5 gives you whatever it is, 21. Is that right?
Yeah.
Anyway, you take whatever that is, and then you take 131, and then subtract whatever number you get. Or again, you take your wall distance, you multiply how many boards you're going to have going up and down, and then you subtract that from the total, and then you're just going to divide it by how many gaps there are.
Would you believe that Vincent is a mathematician?
I'm not a mathematician.
A math magician.
I thought I'm a carpenter.
He's a teacher though, and he was
I am a
an
math
accountant.
teacher. Okay, so I'm a math teacher, former accountant. But it's not like I have a spreadsheet set up on the computer to show me what numbers.
No, of course not.
All right, so I put together a spreadsheet where I could put how wide the boards were, and we could decide there if we want to do 4, 5, or 6, or whatever.
In fact, accountants love spreadsheets.
I love spreadsheets. They're the best.
They make his heart go pitter patter.
You can't get these much smoother than that.
I'm gonna sand them.
Perfect.
Rude.
I think a lot of demystifying the home improvement stuff is just knowing, is not seeing it all as one thing. You see it piece by piece. So you see that this board is separate from this board, and this board is separate. And once you start seeing those little things, or you say, how'd they nail it up here? I don't see any nail holes. That's because of the spackle, or you don't see where it connects to the wall. That's because of that. So once you can kind of break that stuff down and you see it as piece by piece, then it helps you understand what you're looking at a little better and be able to improvise and do it yourself. Alright guys, so this is kind of what you can get with a little bit of paint and some boards and about 3 hours of work. If you like this video, or you'd like to see more things like this, you know, we're not professionals, we just kind of do it because we like it. Subscribe, we're going to be making more videos like this. Comment, like, tell us what we could do better. We know that this was kind of a little bit rough around the edges. The cameras kind of went out a little bit. We had some stuff like that, but we're really happy with the way it turned out. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.